Hello, welcome to Analog Circuit Design online lecture series. Myself Prima Rawal from LG Institute of Engineering and Technology in the Department of Electronics and Communication. I am going to take the online lecture series of the subject ACD, that is Analog Circuit Design. In this subject, today's topic is closed loop configurations of op-amp from the unit operational amplifiers. Now, in the previous lesson, we have seen the topic open loop configurations of the op-amp. We have seen three modes of open loop configurations for op-amp. We have seen the output equations for the same. Now, in this session, we are going to do the same for the closed loop op-amp configuration. Now, already we have seen in the previous session that the difference between the closed loop and open loop op-amp is that in the closed loop op-amp, there is a feedback provided, and in the open loop op-amp, there is no feedback. So now let's see what are the different configurations of closed loop op-amp. So there are basically three types of closed loop configurations of op-amp. First one is inverting amplifier, second is non-inverting amplifier, and the third one is voltage follower or buffer amplifier. So these are the three closed loop configurations of op-amp. First one is inverting, second is non-inverting, and the third one is buffer amplifier or voltage follower. So in the first one, that is an inverting amplifier, the supply will be given to inverting terminal of op-amp with the feedback element present. That means to the output, the feedback is given to the input. Same way in the second one, that is in non-inverting amplifier, the supply is given to the non-inverting or positive terminal of op-amp. And the third one, as the name suggests, that is the voltage follower. That means it will follow the input voltage and it will give the output according to the input voltage. That's what is called as buffer amplifier. Now, let us see all of these in detail and its output equations. So first one is inverting amplifier. So here see this circuit diagram, the input is given to the inverting terminal, that is to the negative terminal of op-amp. The source voltage Vs with the input resistance R1 is given to the input terminal, that is negative, and the positive terminal is connected to ground. So as you can see from the circuit diagram, there is a feedback present between the output and input having the feedback resistance Rf. Now here, at the non-inverting terminal, the voltage is V1. At the inverting terminal, the voltage is V2. And the differential voltage between these two terminals is called as Vd, that is differential voltage V1 minus V2. Here, plus Vcc and minus Ve is given. Here it is assumed that the ideal voltage gain is infinite and the output is taken from here. Now, let us see the input-output voltage waveforms for this case. So this is the input voltage or source voltage waveform. Now, as we are using inverting amplifier, here for the positive half cycle of the input, that is source voltage, we will get the inverted amplified output. So as you can see over here, for the first inverting output is inverted to that of input and it is amplified version of the input signal. So according to that, the source voltages and its output are given. Here the shaded region indicates that the output is inverted as compared to the input. Remember that this inverted output appears just because we have used the inverting amplifier. Now, let us see the expression or the equation for the closed loop gain, that is AVF for this case. Here AVF is voltage gain with feedback. So, for the output, we know that output equation is given as AB into V, where AB is voltage gain and VD is differential voltage. So we can say that VD equals to VO minus VO by AB. As we know open loop gain of op-amp AB is infinite. We have seen in the figure that we have assumed that voltage gain is ideal and it is infinite. So if we place infinite in that equation, we will get Vd equals to Vo divided by infinite, that is equals to 0. So Vd equals to V1 minus V2, making V1 minus V2 equals to 0. As non-inverting terminal, we have seen in this figure that non-inverting terminal is connected to ground, that is V1. So we are taking V1 equals to 0 over here. So as V1 is 0, V2 is equals to 0. So here V1 equals to 0, so as V2 equals to 0. So the input voltage, we know that Vs, that is equals to IR1 due to the relation V equals to IR. Here Vs is source voltage V and R1 is the input resistance and I is the input current flowing through it. So output voltage is also given as Vo equals to minus IRF, where RF is the feedback resistance. So if you want to obtain the closed loop gain, the equation will be like this, that is AVF equals to Vo by Vs, where Vo is the output and Vs is the source voltage. We have obtained the equations for this too. Here it is Vo equals to minus IRF and Vs equals to IR1. I will be cancelled out. So the output equation will be AVF equals to minus RF by R1. Here RF is the feedback resistance and R1 is the input resistance. Here we can take RIF equals to R1 and ROF equals to 0. Where RIF is the input resistance with feedback, which is R1 here, and ROF, that is output resistance with feedback, that is 0. So remember the equation for the closed loop gain for this case, that is inverting amplifier, AVF, that is equals to minus RF by R1. Here negative sign indicates that we are obtaining the equation for inverting case. That's why we are getting the inverted amplified output as compared to input. Okay, this formula may be used in the examples also, so remember this. Now next is non-inverting amplifier. So this is the circuit diagram for the non-inverting amplifier. Now as you can see over here, the supply voltage is given to the non-inverting terminal of the op-amp, that is to the positive terminal, and the negative or else inverting terminal is connected to ground, and here the feedback is present from output to input and we are using the negative feedback only. That's why it is given to the inverting terminal, having the input resistance R1 and feedback resistance Rf. At the non-inverting terminal, the voltage is Vs, source voltage, that is also V1, and at the inverting terminal, the voltage is V2. Here also we have considered the voltage gain of the op-amp is ideal, that is infinite. Now you can see the waveforms over here, source voltage or as input, according to that the output voltage waveform. We are using non-inverting amplifier, that's why the output is not inverted, whether it is in phase with the input and its amplified signal. So as you can see for this cycle, the output is in the same phase but with the amplified version. So in non-inverting amplifier, there is no phase shift introduced. It will be in phase with the input or source voltages. Okay. Now let us see the expression for the closed loop gain AVF. So the voltage across R1 is given by V2, that is equals to R1 upon Rf plus R1 into Vo, that is voltage divider rule. We have seen in this circuit that V2 is given across R1 and Rf and output is Vo. So by applying voltage divider rule, we can have the equation V2, that is equals to R1 upon Rf plus R1 into Vo. As per the virtual short concept, V1 equals to Vs equals to V2. So Vs equals to R1 upon Rf plus R1 into Vo. Therefore, the closed loop voltage gain is given as AVF, that is equals to Vo by Vs, output voltage divided by source voltage, where output voltage and source voltage ratio can be obtained using this equation, that will be R1 plus Rf by R1. If we split the terminals, denominator, R1 will be cancelled out and our final equation will be 1 plus Rf by R1. So this is the equation of voltage gain with feedback for the non-inverting case, that is 1 plus Rf by R1, where Rf is feedback resistance and R1 is input resistance. So remember this formula as well. Here there is no negative sign, that indicates that there is not an inverting terminal without any phase shift. Third one is voltage follower. So here the circuit diagram of voltage follower is indicated. Here the feedback resistance Rf is taken as 0, because voltage follower role is that it has to give the output voltage as it is to that of input. The output voltage should follow the input voltage. So in this diagram, Vs is the source voltage, Vo that is output, that is equals to Vs, that is output equals to input source voltage. Okay. If we look at the waveforms of the voltage follower, it will be exactly same to that of input. That's why the name voltage follower. So if you look at the waveforms, the source voltage and output voltage waveform will be equal with the maximum value of the voltage, that is Vm. And they will be in phase with each other. Here the voltage gain with feedback value is 1 plus Rf by R1. Let us see the features of voltage follower circuit. So here the first feature is that the closed loop voltage gain is 1, that is output equals to input with no phase shift. Second is it has very high input impedance. Third one is that it has very low output impedance. Next is that it has large bandwidth. So these are the basic 4 features of voltage follower circuit. I repeat the features of voltage follower circuit. The first one is that the closed loop voltage gain is 1, that is output equals to input without any phase shift. Second one is that it has high impedance, that is high input impedance and low output impedance. And the fourth one is that it has a very large bandwidth, that is a desired characteristics for any op-amp or any of the voltage follower circuit. Okay, so I hope that these 3 configurations of closed loop op-amp is clear to you now. I repeat, there are 3 configurations of closed loop op-amp. First one is inverting op-amp, second one is non-inverting, and the third one is voltage follower or buffer circuit. These are the references you can refer through. Thank you. Thank you for listening.